Hey, boo, hey, y'all. Here we go. Trump's fourth week. I'm so messed up. I don't even know which one we're on now. But I feel like it's the third week or we're coming in the fourth week. Anyway, it's all coming together now. I'm slowly drizzling away, y'all. But anyway, let's get through this because I'm late. That's my fault. I was cake mixing. So let's get through this. Here we go. Okay, so this woman is talking about Save the Save Act, Bill HR 22. It restricts voters' rights for women, especially. And so she is going to walk us through what the hell this means real quick for those who do not know. And we're moving on because we're going to get through this less than an hour and a half for freaking sakes.
You need to listen up. If you are a woman that has changed your name from your birth certificate, let's say through marriage, and you took your husband's name, you are no longer eligible to vote if this bill passes the Senate. It's already passed the House. So wake up. I am awake. 69 million women have changed their last name from their birth certificate and would be ineligible to vote. This bill also requires that you have to register to vote in person. Doesn't matter if you're elderly, disabled, doesn't matter, in person. And a driver's license will no longer do. You have to have a passport or your birth certificate. But if you've changed your name at all from your original birth certificate, you're fucked. Okay? So we need this bill not to pass. It goes both ways. Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. Ironically, the bill is sponsored by the Republican Party. My Senator Mike Lee from Utah is a big proponent of this bill, but I'm just going to read you. It goes both ways on both parties, okay, are not exempt from this. Because if you're talking about which states possess more passports, it's blue states. It's the Democratic states. Red states are going to suffer from this in a very big way. Now, just to put it into perspective, there are approximately 146 million American citizens that do not possess a passport. 153 million Americans voted in the last election. So that leaves 7 million Americans left to vote if we're going by those stats. But then only 1 in 4 or 1 in 5, if you're in a red state, possess an actual passport. Now, if you've ever applied for a passport, it takes at least 6 months. You should plan 6 months ahead and several $100s later, but that's only if it will be the same as your birth certificate. We are absolutely going backwards. We need to stop this bill from being passed. Now, you can download this app called 5Calls. I've downloaded it. It's extremely easy. It shows you all the bills that are coming up, and it gives you your senators, your House of Representatives based on your zip code. All you have to do, you don't even have to leave the app. You call, there's a script, all the numbers, everything is all there for you. This is a way that we can make a difference. The fact that it's already passed the House of Representatives is mind-boggling. This needs to stop. I don't care if you are red or blue, you need to listen up. If you are a woman that has changed your name.
So that is the SAVE Act bill, HR 22, restricts voters' rights from women for a number of reasons, as you can see. Okay, moving on to the next headline that I saved. Oh, here's a fun one.
In 2 weeks, I'm done. You want to talk about regretting your vote? In 2 weeks, I went from the highest high to being unemployed. Lost my job last night, got a phone call. The repercussions of what Elon Musk are doing with the USAID has real repercussions for real people. For the last 7 years, I have been a shift lead on Project Bus, where we studied to find out if the wheels on the bus went round around or not. And all of a sudden, Elon, who's not even elected, gets in, and I'm out of a job. What do I tell my family? What do I tell my kids? This isn't a joke. This USAID stuff is not a joke, man. It's affecting real people. And the worst part is, what if we never figure out? What if we never figure out if in fact the wheels on the bus do go round and round? Does nobody care? It's been.
It was just funny because at some point I'm like, wait, is he joking? Is he serious? Is he joking? When he came out with the second wheels on the bus, I'm like, Lord Jesus. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, Grimes' son. Again, can someone tell me how we are supposed to say this being's name? Like, how do you pronounce it? I'm not pronouncing it like that. Elon Jr., that's who he is. I know you got 12 siblings before you. Oh, 11. 13 is on the way. Or just had. Whatever the hell. Anyway, I don't know where you rank little sir, who told Trump where the hell he can go and where he don't belong. But we're going to call him Elon Jr. because we ain't about to play around with his name no more. Hi, BB. We ain't about to play around with his name no more. So after learning her son, Elon Jr., joined his father, Elon Musk, in the Oval Office on February 11th, Grimes advocated for his privacy and said he should not be in public like this. Swipe to see the video of their son at the White House and read the full story. We don't need to read the full story. We can swipe, but here is my thing. When they told me this, this came out, I'm like, oh, okay. It wasn't until me and my coworker was at work with nothing to do. So when it popped up that Elon had another baby on the way or just gave birth to a baby, whichever one it was, right? We like, well, damn, how many of my baby mamas do he got? And what do they look like? Do he got a type? So we was trying to be all up Elon business, right? So we ended up looking up all his baby mamas. And I didn't know at the time when I saved this and read this 6 days ago that she was a musician. I had no clue. I did not know. His name is X-Ash12. No, it's Elon Jr. Because what? I still don't get it. Look, baby, you told me what it is, and I still don't know what the fuck. X-Ash12, A12. Wait, hold on. Okay, first of all, I'm going to say it one way, and then I'm going to say it another way. The first one is A, the first one is B. C is I still got it fucked up. So is the name X-Ash-A12 or X-Ash-12? I don't know. What? I still don't know what his name is. And you was telling me it right now. What's his name? Shorty, what your name is? That's... That could definitely be his tagline. Elon Jr. Shorty, what your name is? Because what is your name? And did Grimes really agree to this? She's a young girl. I wouldn't say like normal because you can't be normal messing around with Elon and decide. Okay, you can be normal to mess around with him, to actually procreate with him. That's a different type of species, unless you out for the money. And I don't know. Some don't tell her she out for the money. You know what? I ain't gonna go that far. What is this man's name? I know that much. It's a math name for Cody. But what? Okay, Wayne, can you tell me, please? Because I feel like you would know for some reason. When people asked him why they named it, fuck why. Yeah, why? Why did they name him this? What is the meaning behind this code equation? Is it a code equation we supposed to know? Or is that a secret? You know what? This is scary. I feel like Elon Jr. might hold some type of powerful thing to the world now. I was not planning on spending this much time, but you know, I get high and I get into all my flights of fancy. What the hell? What the hell? Now I remember, now that you're saying that, Wayne, that it was an equation. But what's the equation? I never went further into figuring out, and I just want to know. And I don't feel like Googling it because I just can't fuck around right now. I'm not even supposed to be spending this much time on this, but I am stuck. I'm verklempt. We might not get through everything, y'all. Shit, I'm sorry. I'm stuck on Elon Jr.'s name. It's used for cracking code's back door. Okay, that sounds like a code to me, Wayne. God damn it. You know what? I'm not smoking before I do Politics for Dummies anymore. But that's the point. Politics for Dummies. I'm the dummy. Just so y'all aware, I'm the dummy. So y'all learning me. I asked y'all to come here to teach me. So teach me, Wayne. It's a code for cracking code's back door. For the dummies in the back, I'm gonna need you to extend it further. I'm gonna need you to explain this to me in rich dummy terms, like small back of the school bus is how I'm on right now. Unknown variables is a backdoor code. You know what? I'm gonna let it be that way because I feel like you telling me something, but you ain't telling me nothing. Hold on, BB said I probably think it's a unique and great. It's just ghetto, man. It is ghetto, man. I don't understand. Unknown variables is a backdoor code. Okay. I'm sorry to be this stupid. Wayne and Vivi, I'm so sorry. But what backdoor code? What? Like a real backdoor, or is backdoor some type of? You know what? I feel like I need to move on. I'm upset. That I spent this much time on this. But y'all is teaching me something, and I ain't been taught nothing. I ain't been to school in a lot of years. I'm a junior citizen. So I don't think I learned I forgot how to learn, y'all. I forgot how to learn. Jesus. Okay. Why y'all keep helping me out in chat? We gonna move on to the next thing. Because what the hell? Now, mind y'all, if I start talking about something that I've already talked about, let me know. Because y'all know I have saved the same thing multiple times, multiple different ways, because I don't remember if I saved something or not. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress.
We want, like you, a sovereign and prosperous Ukraine. But we must start by recognizing that returning to Ukraine's pre-2014 borders is an unrealistic objective. The United States does not believe that NATO membership for Ukraine is a realistic outcome of a negotiated settlement. Instead, any security guarantee must be backed by capable European.
I really didn't have much to say about this, but the fact that I just look at him, and wasn't he the one who, I'm sure I saved it, but wasn't he the one who was having that drink while he was on live TV, having a drink, like he was having a drink, right? He the one, right? Where he says, go to your start, then go to Windows system, click on Taskmaster, choose the file, then enter %temp%. It'll open up your system that you can embed the code. You know what, Wayne? You fucking with me. The more you talk to me, the dumber I'm getting. Because what? I don't care about Ukraine either. I don't know why I say this. I told you some things I say just because I saved and I said I'm going to go back to it and look if it's worth it. But I was not able to edit out what I did and didn't really care about to talk about tonight. I told y'all see, I'm on here late. I was cake mixing before I got on here. I was supposed to have been on here a half hour earlier than I am. So, forgive me. I was fucking cake mixing. Keep it going. Court decision stands. Whether one particular person chooses to abide by them or not, it doesn't change the foundation that it's still a court order that someone will respect at some point. That is true. And this is from MSNBC because she made comments at the event of the Miami-Dade College in Florida in the wake of the growing chorus among some allies of President Trump, including Vice President J.D. Vance, who have pushed back against recent court rulings that has stymied some of the aggressive executive orders. Okay, this is about the executive order. You know what? I will say this. Trump has definitely hit a record. He has definitely broke the record because he's got to be the first president to sign this many executive orders ever. I need to look up, remind me to look up, or is it quick to look up? I need to look up how many, by number, how many executive orders has Trump signed by now? This nigga's hand got to be tired. Like, for real. Like, how many more can you sign? It's at the point now where you got other people signing shit for you. You know how celebrities, you just be in the back, like you saw on The Bodyguard, Whitney Houston. They be in the back of the limo just signing pictures, and she handed a stack to her assistant and said, "Here, sign my name on these. Shit, we about to give them out, whatever." I feel like that's how Trump is, because how the hell he got enough time to do anything else if he is signing all these goddamn orders? Like, my nigga, slow down. Next, Elon Musk going anywhere in public. I thought this was so funny. After having his son in the Oval Office, this had me dying. BB said, I know a lot of lazy people are now getting jobs. No more food stamps. What you mean no more food stamps? I thought you just couldn't buy certain shit with it. Okay, for the dumb people, the dummies, that is me. Okay, is SNAP now food stamps? Is that the same thing? It's just another fancy schmancy name for it? Or is it something totally different by food stamp? EBT and SNAP, is that the same thing? Or is that just the name that EBT is through? I need to know. Is that the same thing? Because I know that they were saying you can't buy, they say you can't buy junk food no more. And stuff like that I heard. But I'm like, damn. That's fucked up. 65 EOs does. Oh my God, 60 freaking 5. God dang. That's all I know. I'm sorry. That's 5. But that is. Wait, hold on. Yeah, 65 executive orders. That is crazy. That is beyond insane. You know, there's got to be a list. I need to find the list because next week I want to actually read out every single thing. I want to start a list of executive orders. I'm not going to read them until the end of his term. Oh my God, y'all. Do y'all realize if I decide to do this every Tuesday, I'll be doing this every Tuesday for the next 4 years. That's a fucking commitment. I don't know if I can make. But we're here for right now. I am trying. The point of me doing this is because I needed to be somewhere that it is documented all of the shit that has happened each week. Because if there is no proof, you're not going to believe. No one's going to believe this is true. No one's going to believe it. There needs to be documentation somewhere. So unless they decide to get a hold of YouTube and take everything out, or where we talk about everything that's really happened, you know, this is really going to do damage. If someone watches this, like say somebody got a report due on Trump in the next 10, 15, 20 years, whatever. And then they read what happens in the books, but then they also got the internet to go to. You know, the books ain't gonna match what's really been happening. You know, they're about to rewrite his story. You know how they do. It's always been done. But that just goes to show, like, what? That's crazy. He cut a lot of people off of food stamps, EBT. So food stamps is SNAP. It's SNAP. Okay, that's what I'm about. SNAP. It's SNAP. What is SNAP? It's SNAP that. SNAP isn't included. So what is SNAP? What is SNAP, though? Because I hear people on TikTok crying over Snap. I hear all the white people crying over Snap, and I feel all the black people crying over food stamps. I'm like, is it the same thing or not? Look, do the white people got the Snap and the black people got the food stamp? Like, what are we doing? Snap is included. I deal with Snap as a second job, and many people have lost their food stamps, EBT, SNAP benefits. What is SNAP benefits? Because hasn't always, when has that been around? I just started hearing about SNAP. SNAP wasn't around when my mom was getting food stamps. When did that come? Look, I'm trying to figure it out. Programs providing direct benefits to individuals are not subject to the pause, and specifically supplemental nutrition assistance program. Okay, thank you, Wayne. Benefits are excluded from the pause. Oh my goodness. Okay, it is the same thing though. Okay, thank you. Oh my goodness. We can't eat no more. And here's the thing. What do we look, America is fat. We love to eat. And everyone has a different perception of what a snack is. I'm still on this whole fact that you can't get snacks no more. It's really messing with me. Like, you know, when the mamas go and get food, they depend on them snacks to make them chew and shut the hell up so she can watch her shows in peace and, you know, all of that good stuff. Like, damn. You can't get a child a bag of chips, a bag of air, 50% bag of air, 50% bag of chips, because that's what y'all selling, air and chips. That's what I'm reading the order. SNAP is excluded. So it is excluded. Oh my goodness. Oh. So SNAP is okay, because a girl was tripping off of SNAP. So did they read? That's interesting. SNAP is excluded from the pause, meaning it wasn't affected by the... Okay, cool. Well, that's good. Well, the homegirl was crying for nothing. She thought it was, I guess. She was crying for nothing. It was, I think I showed it last, the week it was going on. I think that was the first week we started this, Trump's first week. We had a second week, fourth week, so maybe it was the second week. Child, I can't keep up no more. Anyway, let's continue on. We're going to have to sit through some of these fast in order to get through everything, because we're still on 6 days ago, and we already 22 minutes in. Spent all that time on Equation Junior. Look, I don't call this boy everything but his name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Equation Junior, Elon Junior, Equation Junior. That's what I always call him, an equation. Shit, I don't know. Cody. It's a code. I'm gonna call him Cody. Okay, y'all. I don't rename them. If his name is a code, if we can break that down, you know, if we doing decimals or whatever the hell, percentages, whatever you want to call, we're gonna break it down. His name is a code. So we're going to call him Code. We're going to call him Cody because that's the name, whatever. So if y'all hear me say Cody, I'm talking about Elon Jr., okay? I don't name them. And if y'all come back and then someone say, who the fuck is Cody, I'm going to need y'all to tell people what's up. Because that's what, I'm not about to go through this, y'all. I'm not about to go through this. Yep, Cody. Wing! You my people. Yes, that's how we gonna spell it. And now you gotta correct him. So his name was Cody. Yes, Cody. Cody is his name. We don't rename this mug. I love it. Okay, let's see what we got next, y'all. Oh, there we go, Cody. This is crazy. I didn't know what he meant by this, but this was so crazy. So Elon Musk pulled a prank worthy of Bart Simpson. Really? So now we're comparing Elon to Bart Simpson, and that's supposed to be cool? Great. Let's continue. On the national media, the mogul and President Trump's best buddy, they're calling him his best buddy, temporarily changed his handle on X and got a good laugh when CNN anchor Dana Bash and other talking heads were forced to utter the cheeky moniker on live TV. So what did he call it? Because I don't feel like dishing for it, but I'm like, what the hell? Well, someone say it in the chat. Look at these comments. Let's see. What did he do? I'm sure it's somewhere else, but I know he said some messed up stuff with sophomoric NSFW, whatever. NSFW name change. What was it? Harry Balls. Okay, there you go. In the chat, and someone said it in the comments right here. It was Harry Balls. That was wild. I would just said Harry B. Like, why y'all go through all that and say it? And that is such a stupid prank. I mean, he did it and got away with it. It was a successful prank, but it was so stupid and immature and amateur. Like, oh my gosh, he is too much. Elon is creepy. You ain't never lied, baby. I don't know. He's a mix between a robot and an alien. He's both. If a robot and an alien had a baby, that's Elon. He is a robotic alien. Or alienate robot, whatever which way you want to call it. I thought he's an alien first, robot second. So that means his mama an alien and his daddy a robot. And then his son is Cody. God damn it. Oh gosh, that is too much. That's but okay. A laugh is a laugh, I guess. He ha ha. What's next? Oh, there we go.
And he's a great guy, high IQ. He's a high IQ individual.
Can't play that. Oh. He has took the world by storm. We'll leave it at that. Oh, this was funny.
Green is in charge of running this committee. Now, in the last Congress, Chairwoman Green literally showed a pic in our oversight congressional hearing. So I thought I'd bring one as well. Now, this, of course, we know is President Elon Musk. He's also the world's richest man. He was the biggest.
First of all, he called him President Elon Musk. The fact that they are doing this on C-SPAN, being so serious with a straight face is killing me. And then he said, I'm going to show my own dick pic. And he puts up a picture of Elon. That was a nice little prank. That was quite funny myself. This is comedy, y'all. I told y'all. We all knew it ourselves. This was going to be an absolute shit show, but it was going to be one that we couldn't look away from watching. And yes, we are part of it. And I'm talking about my peoples. We are part of it, but we know how to deal with life in the struggle because that's all that we have done. So we know how to handle it. We know how to go through life while it is burning and still be able to crack a smile and joke and say ha ha to the other people who got the water who won't let us have it. You know, we've always been that. So it ain't that we're like, how can you laugh? You're part of this too. It's not like, hey, that is our therapy. That's our therapy. That's how we don't always got through. You know, y'all just trying. And it's funny to see how y'all got to try to get through this. We know how. And everything y'all used to talk about us doing everything. Look at y'all trying to be all up under us, trying to see what we doing because y'all in the same boat too. We're all fucked. Hey. What is this? This is when President Trump said he had a lengthy and highly productive call with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday that he characterized as the start of the negotiation to end the war in Ukraine. Well, we don't know what's going on with Ukraine, or we don't care what's going on with Ukraine. Both of them. I don't know or care. Y'all don't care. I don't know or care. Well, I know, but I don't know enough to care enough. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. All I'm going to say about this is no matter what Donald Trump will say, how things went, he will always be Putin's bitch. Okay? Because no matter what, he will always have Putin will always have him by the balls. Seriously. It has always shown. Now, he's letting Donald do what Donald does, just like a bitch do. Gotta get out on social media and say how it went to make themselves look better. That is what this long, lengthy ass thing that we know Donald did not write is about. So we're just gonna leave it at that. You can say whatever you want, Trump, but we know that you are forever Putin's bitch. This is the same thing. I told y'all sometimes I got the same thing, but we're gonna move right along. This bitch here.
This narrative that we've seen emerging over the past few days.
I'm gonna read what it says. I don't even want to hear her voice. But this is when Caroline, and imagine this though. You know, Caroline, whatever is usually spelled with a C. This bitch would have the nerve to spell it with a K. A K. She would have the nerve. So Caroline Levitt, many outlets in this room have been fear-mongering the American people into believing there is a constitutional crisis taking place here at the White House. But in fact, the real constitutional crisis is taking place in our judicial branch, where district court judges in liberal districts across the country are abusing their power to unilaterally block President Trump's basic executive authority. Look, Trump has signed a lot of shit. Some shit just don't need to be signed. Did you think about that? But we'll listen to a little bit to what she said.
Clearly stated in the Oval Office yesterday, we will comply with the law in the courts, but we will also continue to seek every legal remedy to ultimately overturn these radical injunctions and ensure President Trump's policies can be enacted. Now, before I take questions, I would like to address.
That was the end of it. That's the beginning of what she said before she takes questions. But what she was saying is what I just read. So we'll just move on because there's a couple of times we got to look and hear her voice before we get through this. This is about the AP reporter. We talked about them a little bit. The fact that they denying the AP reporters to have access into the White House during press conferences and all of that. And, you know, the AP reporter is a neutral, unbiased, news outlet. And they got into it with one of the people at AP and it just went to shit. But we'll hear a little bit.
Reporters who don't use the language that you guys believe reporters should use. And how does that align with the First Amendment commitment that you were just talking about?
I was very upfront in my briefing on day one that if we feel that there are lies being pushed by outlets in this room, we are going to hold those lies accountable. And it is a fact that the body of water off the coast of Louisiana is called the Gulf of America. And I'm not sure why news outlets don't want to call it that, but that is what it is. The Secretary of Interior has made that the official designation in the geographical identification name server. And Apple has recognized that. Google has recognized that. Pretty much every other outlet in this room has recognized that body of water as the Gulf of America. And it's very important to this administration that we get that right, not just for people here at home, but also for the rest of the world. Sure.
Oh my God. It has been the Gulf of Mexico for over 500 years. How the hell do they just let this happen? Well, only the people that are recognizing this are the people in America that want to. Everyone else is still calling it the Gulf of Mexico, and I don't understand what they think is going to happen after that. Obama bros admits they should have done some of the stuff Trump is doing with Doge. No, really? You think so? You think so? Well, not everything. No, what? If you mean by kicking some of the people out of the office that was there before them from the previous administration, then yes, absolutely you should have done that. And that is what I say about the other side. The other side is way too soft. The other side is SOF capital T, soft, with an exclamation at that. They are. The Democrats, y'all really need to buck up. Y'all need to let them drop and grow at this point. Please and thank you. We're going to move on. This is more people still want to know, did you tell him to shush your mouth? Yes, he did. Yes, I want you to shush your mouth. Yes, he did. Judge allows Trump's buyouts for federal employees to move forward. Oh, and look where we are now. We know what happened today, right? We'll get there. Most powerful is, oh, I love when he said this. So I want to start from the beginning. Hold on. I want to make sure the mic is on at the very beginning to hear this. I love how he handled that.
This is from one year to the next.
And the person who is helping him do that stood over Donald Trump in the White House today, thereby delivering a picture of presidential subservience, the likes of which we have never seen. The most powerless image of a president of the United States ever created by a camera. There it is. In that shot, Elon Musk is doing everything he possibly can to tell the world, without saying a word, that Donald Trump is not the boss of me. Donald Trump is the boss of the other adults in that shot, Stephen Miller and Will Scharf, and that's why they are following Donald Trump's lead on the dress code for the Oval Office, which is the same dress code that has existed for every previous president. The child was there as a power play by Elon Musk, demonstrating he can do whatever he wants in that room. When Donald Trump is your boss, you don't bring your kid into a business meeting with Donald Trump. And when Donald Trump is your boss, you don't talk more than Donald Trump in a business meeting with Donald Trump. Elon Musk spoke 3,666 words. Donald Trump spoke 2,487 words. Mike Pence never had a day like that in the Oval Office with Donald Trump. J.D. Vance will never have a day like that in the Oval Office with Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is the boss of J.D. Vance. When the president speaks in the Oval Office, no one else does. Except today. Elon Musk interrupted Donald Trump when Donald Trump was speaking, and Elon Musk's 4-year-old child spoke while Donald Trump was speaking. And nothing could demonstrate the power of Elon Musk more than his child speaking while Donald Trump was speaking. And the person who is helping him do
that is crazy. The way he's delivered that and said that, that is so true. You would never see this happen with any other. Moving on. The Kendrick Lamar halftime show was meant for people who understood how terrorists work. Yes. I love when I can find a good laugh to put in here to break the ice a little bit. This was a good one, but that is so true, right? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I made them orange as a warning. Oh, goodness. Oh, shoot. That's a good one. I love it. Oh.
How much more is a house gonna let this motherfucker do? He violated HIPAA, all our identities too. Elon, take your ass back to Africa and take the diaper wearing motherfucker with you, because we tired of your shit.
I can't listen to too much. But you got people making whole songs out here. And then someone's wrote, we don't want them in Africa either. Damn it. Like, where is he going to do? What is he going to go after Trump is not president anymore? They're not realizing that this only lasts for 4 years.
Legislating through litigating. We are taking all of these things to the courts because Donald Trump is not trying to legislate. He is not saying, I have this idea. Hey, Congress, duke it out, Democrats and Republicans, and bring me a bill. He is doing everything through executive order because he is weak, old, tired, small. And so we are responding by taking it to the courts. Yes. We are responding by taking it to the courts. And we've stalled out on the debt ceiling limit. We've stalled out on birthright citizenship. We've stalled out on the funding freeze. We stalled him out, rather. We've stalled him out on all of those things. And also on this, allowing Elon Musk and his crazies to have full unfettered access to these departments. I want people to remember that Republicans are also in this too. So if you're going to call us and remind us to stay in the fight, you need to call their too and say, hey, we are now involved.
Let me just say this: diversity, equity, inclusion is not only about workforce. It is, but it's not only. And by the way, many of those federal jobs that Trump and his co-president Elon Musk are coming for, those are Black jobs. So let me be clear about that. 1 in 5 federal jobs is held by a Black person. Think about diversity, equity, inclusion and how that shows up in banking in terms of who's getting a loan for a business or for a mortgage, right? Think about that in terms of diversity, equity, inclusion in healthcare and your ability to access a Black doctor. So diversity, equity, and inclusion is not only about workforce. It's about procurement, accessing government contracts, your ability to get a loan from a bank, your ability to access a Black doctor, and much more. So again, this is anti-Blackness on steroids. There is an extremist march to take us back to a resegregated society. Let me just
Moving right on. Exclusive. HA says splurged more than $22 billion on grants for migrants, including cash for cars, homes, home loans, and startups. So the Department of Health and Human Services ramped up grants for migrants from 2020 to 2024, which included cash assistance to buy cars, homes, and even build credit for startup businesses, according to a shocking Watchdog report that found taxpayers were left on the hook for the $22.6 billion. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's good. No matter who's in office, no matter who the administration is, we get fucked all the time. Every time they get a chance. What is this? Linda McMahon, President Donald Trump's pick to lead the Department of Education, agreed with Senator Bill Cassidy that closing the department would need an act of Congress. She also told Cassidy she supports the president's mission to return education to the states. I am not going to waste my time on her, but this is from CNN and CNN Politics. It's quick. We'll listen real quick. It was a quick.
And that would not require congressional approval.
Well, I do believe, Senator, that there are departments of education that are established by statute, and those particular departments we'd have to pay particular attention to. But long before there was a Department of Education, we fulfilled the programs of our educational system. Are there other areas, other agencies where parts of the Department of Education could better serve our students and our parents on the local level? And I am really all for the president's mission, which is to return education to the states. I believe, as he does, that the best education is closest to the child, and not certainly
If the
from
department
Washington,
is
D.C.
downsized, would the states and localities still receive the federal funding which they currently receive?
Yes.
Do you agree that since the department...
This is when Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a prominent vaccine critic, is confirmed by the Senate to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. Did we have any doubt? Of course not. The Senate has voted to confirm Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as the Secretary of Health and Human Services. This is a win for Donald Trump, as Kennedy has been a controversial figure known for his views on vaccines, COVID-19, Big Pharma, and other issues. And it says Mitch McConnell was the only Republican to vote against Kennedy. It's crazy because Kennedy was speaking good to me. I was fucking with Kennedy at first when he was saying this about the vaccine and this bullshit and all of that. I fucks with that, of course. But then he backtracked and started saying all this other shit and taking shit back. and then started talking about black people don't have the same this, same that. Look, we don't have the same this, same that, but we still the same this and the same that. So that really pissed me off because, you know, I'm able to say yes or that's right or I fucks with that when it is necessary, when it is true, when I do believe in it, regardless if I can fuck with you on your other views or not. You know, if you write about this, you write about this because I'm right about this and I know I'm right about this. If you're saying the same thing I'm saying, then that you too are right about this. But then he went and backtracked all that shit. Like, boy, boo. Boy, fucking boo.
The American people are alarmed about the possibility that
this is during a press conference on Thursday. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries questioned Elon Musk's access to the data of Americans and said the American people are alarmed. Yes, we are completely alarmed because what the hell? I'm still thinking about that 19-year-old being able to see what the hell I got going on. Moving on. Trump says Elon Musk answers to him. Yeah, right. We'll hear about what we'll hear that. We'll hear what he said.
Alarmed about the possibility.
Are you personally checking to make sure there's no conflicts of interest?
Yeah, I am.
He answers to you.
Sure, he does.
Are you personally checking to make sure there's no conflicts of interest?
Yeah, I am.
He answers to you.
Sure, he does.
They didn't even spend much time on that because it was just funny just to hear that because we know that's a goddamn lie. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. gets sworn in. We do not want to need to watch that, but it happened. 14 states sue Trump and Musk, calling Elon a threat to democracy and that Trump has given him unconstitutional power to cut jobs. No shit, baby. You think? Okay, Neighborhood Talk captions. 14 states are suing President Trump and Elon Musk, arguing that Musk's leadership of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, gives him unconstitutional power to cut jobs and restructure federal agencies. Led by New Mexico, the lawsuit claims Musk's role requires Senate confirmation and warns that an unelected individual should not have such broad authority. The states involved are Arizona, Michigan, shout out, Maryland, Minnesota, California, Nevada, Vermont, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Oregon, and Washington. Oh, Washington too? Really? And Hawaii. What? I'm surprised at Washington. Really? A separate lawsuit by 26 USAID employees raises similar concern, seeking to block Musk from making budget cuts or shutting down agencies unless he is formally confirmed. The suit highlights his ability to withhold funds, access sensitive government data, control staffing decisions. Courts have already restricted DOGE's access to Treasury, education, department records, and other ruling halted plans to place 2,000 USAID employees on leave. The states argue that Trump cannot override laws governing the executive branch and federal spending, accusing Musk of unlawfully dismantling agencies. They are asking a judge to limit his power and declare his past government actions illegal. Meanwhile, Trump and Musk defend DOGE, claiming it is lawfully reducing waste and corruption. Sure, Jan. What is this? This is when President Trump said, like on tractors that can handle anything from hurricane. He sounded so retarded saying this.
Anything, they use magnets. It's a new theory. Magnets are going to...
Oh, let's go back so you can hear it.
And instead of using hydraulic, like on tractors that can handle anything from hurricanes to lightning to anything, they use magnets. It's a new theory. Magnets are going to lift the planes up. And it doesn't work. And they had billions and billions of dollars of cost overruns. I met the architect. I said, have you designed a ship before? This is one of the biggest ships in the world. It's like landing at LaGuardia Airport. But you look at the kind of waste, fraud, and abuse that this country is going through, and we have to straighten it out. We have great people. And instead of using hydraulic.
It's like no one knew what the fuck he was saying. Someone said they can understand him, but not Kendrick Lamar. Someone else said whenever he starts that deep breathing, he's lying and doesn't know what the F he's talking about. Facts. What's next? 3 top federal prosecutors resign after refusing to drop Adams' charges. Baby. And more people have at this point. Player.com says the interim U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York and 2 officials with the Federal Public Integrity Unit all quit after the Justice Department ordered the charges against Mayor Eric Adams be dropped. So like they know he don't fucked up and did some shit. They not going for it. They pissed. They left the job. Like, I don't know how that helps, but I hope they find peace because shit. There you go. He about to get that drink. It was him. Look at him sipping. That is crazy. People thought it was water, but I thought it was just water. It wasn't water. I thought he was hanging a sip of water. I guess not. We gonna continue. Entire County is going to lose its largest employer of Trump because this makes. I was like, whoa. I like the way he broke this down, so I'm gonna let you hear this.
Supported Donald Trump is about to lose its largest employer directly because of Donald Trump's policies. Now, this is Greene County, Tennessee, which is home of Artisan and who is the only supplier of penny blanks to the U.S. Mint. And because of Donald Trump's policy to eliminate the penny, they are on the verge of going out of business, which means everybody there will lose their job. Now, there's a trickle-down effect because the people that work there make the money to keep the other businesses in the county in operation. Now, they're begging Donald Trump, please, to reconsider this decision to eliminate the penny, but Donald Trump isn't listening. And once again, we find people that supported Donald Trump that are feeling the effects of his policies, that are starting to feel the hurt, and I could not be happier for them. This is what they deserve. We're all going to be in the find out phase, but it does put a little bit of a smile on my face that the people who were warned, the people who should have been able to see who he was, are feeling it first.
See, it's a trickle-down effect. And once you call it said, that was going to happen. Oh, I love this. The Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal, a historic Black church in Washington, D.C., is making bold moves after winning the legal right to the Proud Boys trademark. Instead of letting the far-right extremist group continue using the name, Metropolitan AME Church has taken ownership, literally. Now the church is selling Proud Boys branded merchandise with a new positive message and vows never to let the group use the name again. This is a powerful example of reclaiming narratives that have been used against Black communities and turning them into symbols of empowerment and progress. Okay, you know what? Now I want one. I want one now. I'm going to look, and I don't even go to church. I don't even fuck with church, but I just want that because the Proud Boys are mad about it. Okay, next. Today, a trans man received his documents back from a Massachusetts passport agency completely destroyed. His passport renewal, birth certificate, and legal gender/name change order are shredded and burned. The documents arrived in a sealed UPS package. This is beyond petty and dirty and disrespectful. Yo. Whoa. So his legal name and gender order burned and ripped. This is the front and back of his birth certificate, burned and ripped. Oh my goodness. You can see flakes of charred paper inside the sealed UPS envelope. Oh my goodness. Damn. That is really messed up. Like, you went through all of that. It says his new destroyed passport arrived in the mail with a notice saying that his gender was changed to female to reflect his biological sex and to match the submitted documents. All of his submitted documents, birth certificate, state ID, and social security are updated to male. Oh my goodness. Whew, this is rough.
People in India would be welcoming your business director at the hub of
International.
I can't understand the words. It's not it's the accent. It's a little bit tough for me to hit. How about you, please?
I hate him. During a news conference with the Indian Prime Minister, he gonna say that to someone with their accent. The Indian Prime Minister got an accent. I bet you understand him very well. Fucker. Moving right along. Ari fact checks Trump about Mayor Adams' case. Yes, I'm intrigued by this case, so I do want to hear what Ari said. Plus, I'm just like, Ari.
Another sign that they don't want this in the headlines and that they know it's incriminating seeming at a minimum is that President Trump isn't claiming some credit for this on a revenge tour. Here is exactly his exchange asked about this breaking news scandal at DOJ right now.
The U.S. attorney has resigned over the DOJ's request to drop the case into Eric Adams. Did you personally request the Justice Department to drop that case?
No, I didn't. I know nothing about it. To your other question, that U.S. attorney was actually fired. I don't know if he or she resigned, but that U.S. attorney was fired.
We shared with you the breaking news, the letters, the facts first, and the DOJ's written response. None of that suggests that the official I mentioned was fired. So that statement would appear, based on current materials that we have from Trump's own DOJ officials, to be false. Trump also said he knows, quote, nothing about the Adams case. It is a case, and dealing with the mayor, that he and his aides have been well aware of. It's been a huge story in New York. There have been other reports about the posture towards the case. So again, I want to be clear. The claim by the president that he knows, quote, nothing about it doesn't square with the history. You could say it sounds like rhetoric, and sometimes politicians speak more freely. But there were several problems even in the short statement that the president gave there, and also an indication that he doesn't want to be seen, politically or otherwise, as involved in this. Another sign that they don't want.
Which is exactly what he was talking that shit about Project 2025 before the election. I don't even want to talk about this no more. He ain't never been to the Kennedy Center, and he want to throw everyone off the he wants to be the chairman, and he ain't ever seen a performance there in his life, but he just know he don't like because other people told him that there was drag queens there, and that's his problem. Proud Boys leader pardoned by Trump wants to return to the scene of the crime as members of Congress. What the fuck? Enrique Tarrio, the Proud Boys leader recently pardoned by Donald Trump, now has sights set on Congress. After serving time for his role in the January 6th attack, he's eyeing a run for Florida's first congressional district, bringing him right back to the very place he was convicted of conspiring to storm. Jesus Christ. Yes. Former WWE exec Linda McMahon. Yeah, we don't want to see you no more. We're going to keep going. Issa Rae canceled her showdown show at the Kennedy Center after the Trump takeover. That just goes to show we ain't mucking around.
Development. It's going to be great. I think we're going to do something very special. It got very wokey, and some people were not happy with it, and some people refused to go, and we're not going to.
I'm sorry, what is wokey? Wokey? It got very wokey. Sound like a dopey. Moving on. Let's see. You heard that right. Ohio lawmakers proposed bill to fine men up to $10,000 for ejaculating without intent to conceive. We've talked about this before. I'm not spending no more time on this bill until we got to. Billionaires are rabid dogs who deserve to die. What? I don't even think I watched this. I just
we got to stop doing that. Like I am
sponsored by Democratic State Representatives.
People that are struggling out there because of these billionaires, and they got us all arguing liberal and conservative. We got to stop doing that. Like I am so tired of hearing about people going to bed worried about what's going to happen next week. There is so much fucking money in this country, and there's so much work being done, you know. And if you work a full fucking week at a job, you should be able to pay your fucking rent. You shouldn't have to go out and get a fucking job and still be struggling. It's bad for the country because then the kids don't see their parents and they're not getting the upbringing that they need. It's so fucking, these fucking billionaires, they need to be put down. You know?
He just goes on and on a little bit, but you know, even for Bill Burr to be talking like this, you know, that says something. That says something. But moving on. Yep, Issa Rae canceled show after Katie Dukes with blah, blah. Due to what I believe to be an infringement of the values of an institution, I've decided to cancel my appearance at this venue. Shout out to you, Issa. New York's governor is refusing a Louisiana extradition order for an abortion care doctor. What is this? Louisiana has sent an extradition order to New York for an upstate doctor who performed abortion care on a Louisiana resident. Here it starts already. I'm not even gonna get too deep in that right now, though. What does it say? I will pass it when good goddamn ready. I will never unite with them and cannot be trusted.
On this app and their minions bully her.
1:41 today, this office.
I love Tabitha Speaks.
I was scrolling and I came across this video over on my girl Tori's page. I love me some Tori. Tori will not ever let anybody on this app and their minions bully her. Love me some Tori. Anywho, this is the video that was over on her page. I want you to watch this with me.
It's time to give FAFO a rest. Pack it up. Enough is enough. What is bad for them is also bad for you. I get it. You're angry. You're frustrated. They voted for this and you didn't. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter anymore. I understand being angry and frustrated and tired, especially back in November and December. I understand being petty back in January, but it's February now and it's getting worse. And what is bad for them is bad for you. And that's not clicking. I need y'all to lock in.
Now, I don't believe her intent was to be disrespectful and condescending, but she was. The unmitigated gall she has to tell the group of people who have always been locked in to lock in. The unmitigated gall she has to tell those of us who are hurt, angry, and frustrated that it's now time to move past that. Every fucking day, we are watching Donald Trump and his wrecking ball administration destroy this government that will in turn destroy us. And she's telling us that it's now time to move past the fuck around and find out. It's going to be a no for me, dog. I will do F around and find out videos. I will do I told you so videos until I choose to no longer do those videos. Because y'all seem to forget it wasn't just about the vote. Y'all forget the anti-blackness, the disrespect that came along with them choosing not to vote or vote third party or vote for Donald Trump. Those people got down into my comment section, our comment sections, and called us genocide lovers, baby killers, told us we were slaves on the Democrat plantation. The total disrespect that was thrown towards women like me, Black women who were choosing to vote for Kamala Harris, and you want us to just move past that. I don't know about anybody else, but I told y'all, I hold grudges, and I can hold grudges forever. And as of right now, I will never, ever unify with them. I don't trust them. They cannot be trusted. And her trying to tell me that it's just time to move past it. Yeah, it makes me not trust her either.
Boom. Everybody is at their own pace. If you pass it, you pass it. That's your business. And if you ain't pass it, you ain't pass it, and that's your business. Leave us all alone and let us all just be. Moving on. Trump reportedly hangs his viral mugshot outside of the Oval Office. He is so funny for this. Like, dude, really? He is all right. That was a bad hair day, though. Trump prosecutors are different. Yes, they are. I don't even want to talk about him no more right now. New York Attorney General Letitia James called Daniel Sassoon a federal prosecutor who resigned as the acting U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York after refusing to drop corruption charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams, a profile in Courage on Friday, adding, "We took an oath to the Constitution, not to a man." And that's so real. It is getting really real up in New York because of this. We'll listen to a little bit of this.
On the state level, there's a number of discussions going on the local level and private discussions. So at this point in time, I'm going to refrain from any comment until such time as we complete those discussions and determine the fate of the mayor of the city of New York. We're defending the Constitution. We took an oath to the Constitution, not to a man, but to the Constitution.
That's right.
And let me just say to the brave soldiers, the amazing individuals at the Southern District of New York, Danielle Sassoon, she's a profile in courage.
What do you think about Mayor Adams?
Okay. Moving right along. We are on 4 days. So 4 days ago. So we are getting close to the end. White House Valentine's Day post on immigration leads social media in shock. Yes, the hell they did. Roses are red, violets are blue. Come here legally and we'll deport you. I was like, God damn, really? Really? Who did that? Anyway, what is this? Missouri's AG Andrew Bailey is suing Starbucks, arguing that its workforce is too female and non-white. And as a result, Missouri consumers pay higher prices and wait longer for goods and services because its workforce is less qualified. I was like, wow. Too female and non-white. So too many black bitches? I'm trying to figure this out. Like, what? What? And someone in the chat lets everyone know a total of 468 seats in the U.S. Congress, 33rd Senate seats, and all 435 House seats are up for election on November 3rd, 2026. Just so you know. Can we shift some shit next year? So next year is going to be crazy because we're going to be going through that whole thing for those elections. So there we go. It's going to be a lot. And they're trying to do as much as they can before that, I see. Moving right along. The way Kendrick feels about Drake is the way I feel about Elon Musk. That one was a good one. Oh, we haven't seen this one in a while.
That this December, Romania straight up canceled.
You know what? I can't even look at you or listen to you. Oh, there he goes again. Speaking up and expressing opinions isn't election interference, even when people express views outside your own country, and even when those people are very influential. You guys can survive a few months of Elon Musk. Really? Was that a statement? Like, that's all there's going to be is a few months of him? Look, what y'all plan on doing to him in a couple of months? Child, we about to have surviving Elon Musk. Really? This is too much. Moving right along. People are still talking about the Adams scandal. This is Jeffries once again. He joins to discuss the scandal over the Justice Department to drop corruption charges against New York Mayor Eric Adams. And he said he's going to have to make the case to New Yorkers that he still has the capacity to behave as an independently elected official. And that is so true. When they look at him, they're going to be like, are you just a Trump puppet, or are you still able to do you? You got to answer to Trump. He's got to answer to Trump, period. Point blank, period. He got him. U.S. Army announces transgenders are no longer allowed following Donald Trump's executive order. The U.S. Army even tweeted, the U.S. Army will no longer allow transgender individuals to join the military and will stop performing or facilitating procedures associated with gender transition for service members. Stay tuned for more details. I understand they'll stop performing the facility procedure associated with gender transition for service members. The thing is, the ones who are already still in the transition, isn't that dangerous to just stop them right then and there in the middle of it, or not complete, or whatever you want to call it? Like, how are these people going to deal? Anyway, effective immediately, all new sessions for individuals with a history of gender dysphoria are paused, and all unscheduled, scheduled, or planned medical procedures associated with affirming or facilitating a gender transition for service members are paused. So everything is completely on pause. Individuals with gender dysphoria have volunteered to serve our country and will be treated with dignity and respect. Ciao. What the fuck? They didn't want to go anyway, most of them, really. So they kind of do them a favor. Like, why would you want to fight for a country that don't give a fuck about you? Oh, this racist one here.
Bro, I couldn't understand a word that was being said, man. I had my volume turned up. I had a bunch of people yelling and screaming at the house, and I really didn't know what was going on, man. I was waiting for Willie Nelson to come out, man, and sing America the Beautiful or something.
I think next year, now that Trump's president, we have someone like Willie Nelson at halftime. That's what Hulk wants?
Well, that would be great.
What about the halftime show?
That would be great. Of course it would for you. Author Ashley St. Clair says she gave birth to Elon Musk's 13th child 5 months ago. You know, he doesn't have a type, but these women are actually doing this. This is just sad. Like, why? You're so young and beautiful, girl, and this is what you wanted? Was it the money? I don't want to call you a gold digger, but I hope that's what it was. At this point, I hope you are one. I hope you are one. Really, really do. Yeah, that's just gross. Trump administration rescinds mass nuclear agency firings after learning it oversees the U.S. weapons. That's the thing. You're just going around firing people and you don't even know what you're firing them for? Is that what this is? I'm really upset and annoyed by anyone who still feels that this man is doing a good job and they're happy with their decision to vote for him still. Like, this is what y'all really wanted. Trump administration rescinds mass nuclear agencies firing learning it oversees U.S. weapons. The Trump administration abruptly fired more than 300 employees at the National Nuclear Security Administration on Thursday night, only to begin reversing the decisions the next morning after reportedly learning the agency manages America's nuclear weapons. The mass terminations were part of the broader layoffs within the Department of Energy. However, according to CNN, administration officials were seemingly unaware of the NNSA's critical role in overseeing the safety and security of the nation's nuclear stockpile. The oversight caused immediate confusion within the agency and sparked concerns about the government's handling of the national security matters. By Friday, the NNSA had begun reinstating some of the dismissed employees, though it remains unclear how many were ultimately rehired. With the agency's workforce in turmoil, the mishap raises broader questions about how decisions affecting national security goes. Lord, help us all. Help us, help us, help us. Now, I don't know if I said it or not, but I know there was something saying along the fact that they didn't know how to reach the people that they fired to tell them to come back. If you were fired, come back to work. You're going to have to put out a public service announcement. Still, this is his. So now I got this because letting it know that it's his 4th baby mama. And this is when me and my coworker got to looking up all of his baby mamas. It was just too much. Fire alarm fire. RFK Jr. issued his order to assess the threat of SSRI's antipsychotics, mood stabilizers, stimulants, which are ADHD drugs, and weight loss drugs. This is the first step towards taking them off the market. So y'all better be careful. Let's read what she says.
What else we got?
I'm going to start from the beginning so we can hear it.
Hey, you guys. Happy Friday. This is really important. RFK Jr. issued this order to assess the prevalence and threat posed by the prescription of SSRIs. Any of y'all on an SSRI? I am. What else we got? Antipsychotics. Anybody schizophrenic? Mood stabilizers. Anybody bipolar? Stimulants. Anybody got ADHD? Anybody on a stimulant? Anybody got kids on a stimulant? And weight loss drugs. Anybody on Wegovy, Ozempic, any of those? So if you're on any of those medications, they're all in threat right now. All of them are in threat. Hey, you guys. Happy Friday.
That's crazy. The ADHD takes me out. Like, really? My gosh. This is just getting crazy. To people upset about Luigi being made into a folk hero, now you know how we felt when you make Kyle Rittenhouse into one. For real, for real. Sheryl Crow got rid of her Tesla and gave the money to NPR. She said, peace the fuck out. Now, I don't know what type of Tesla that is, but hey, girl, hey, that look nice. Look better than those ugly ones. But it was assigned Gulf of Mexico at birth. I thought that was a good one. Trump administration denied Kemp's bid to extend Hurricane Elaine aid deadline. Jesus. And Government Brian Kemp said supporting Trump in 2024 was a business decision. Trump just denied Kemp's request to extend Hurricane Helen relief to Georgia's local governments. Kemp's business decision is costing Georgia big. It says, look, you may not like, and this is what he had said back then, I guess. It says, look, you may not like Donald Trump personally, but you'll like his policies a lot better than Kamala Harris, Kemp said in a recent Republican gathering. It's a business decision. You're making a business decision. Everyone was making business decisions. Fuck you and your business decisions. It's fucking disaster is what this is. Moving right along. Donald Trump laughs at people who try to drive him and Elon Musk apart. They're so bad at it. You're so bad at lying because we know that you are. Oh, this right here. This is where you fuck around and find out. I'll read it and then I think there's a video. Let me see. Oh, that was just showing who it is. So it's small print. So this is what it said. Donald J. Trump, hello, sir. I am one of the probationary employees terminated by DOJ at 9:00 p.m. last night, February 14th. I voted for you, sir, 3 times, and I still support you. I was encouraged by DOJ to see they were getting rid of wasteful government spending. I support that too. My termination letter said I was being let go for performance reasons. I know that's not true. I'm an excellent employee. I've been with the federal government for almost 16 years. 16 years in June. I have started my career with USDA, transferred to DHS, and recently came back to USDA because it's such a great agency to work for. Surely that must count for something in your eyes. I'm loyal, and I firmly believe that the work I do as a USDA APHISPPQ employee is vital and important. My boss, his boss, the managers in neighboring states all agree I'm doing an excellent job and that I'm a great asset to the team. I'm the only blank whatever in the state of Kentucky, and my work here is valued and honorable. I wonder why they had to scribble whatever that is out. Anyway, Each time I voted for you, it was because I knew you'd make things right and you'd fix the wrongs. I'm counting on you now to make this right, too. I'm pleading with you to reinstate my employment and give me my job back. Please, Mr. Trump, President Trump, thank you. Come the fuck on. You wasted all your life to do that. And then, of course, they played the classic. But y'all was all for Donald Trump. All for him. How you like it? Hope you're loving it. Okay. This is just them dancing, and it looks horrible. And still, Elon looks like an alien and a robot. More like an alien here. Congress Claudia Teeny introduces bill to make Trump's birthday a federal holiday. Fuck off. No minor president has been more pivotal for our country than Donald J. Trump. Today, I introduced legislation to designate Trump's birthday and Flag Day as a federal holiday, ensuring President Trump's contributions to American greatness are forever enshrined into law. Fuck you. What?
What?
Exactly. What? America's next HHS secretary. Oh, yeah.
When I went to the top of my class, suddenly I could sit still and I could read. And I was at the bottom of my class. I started doing heroin. I went to the top of my class. Suddenly I could sit still and I could read.
Thanks, heroin. Thanks, Mega Shake. Really? But this is our SSA secretary. This is our HHS secretary. This is him. This is him. This is him. And then someone made a good point. It said, fun fact, the man bragging about illicit drugs helping him to focus in school wants to ban ADHD medications. You know, it's the hypocrisy right in your face. Right in your face. Really crazy. It's really crazy. Oh, he read, we're going to listen to this because this is going viral. He said what he said.
I started doing heroin. I went to the top of my class.
I'd just like you to show that you give a damn, that you got a little emotion about the fact that people are losing their jobs indiscriminately. That this individual sitting at down 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue has given absolute power to one man who brings his son into the Oval Office, whose son says to him, "You're not the president. You shouldn't be in that chair." Now, where did he get that from? He got it from his daddy, because that's what his daddy thinks of the man who brought him into the Oval Office. So I just like to see somebody wake the hell up and get excited about the fact that your country is under assault. They're not at the gate anymore. They're in your bedrooms. They're in your living rooms. They're in your businesses. They got your data, dumbass. They got all your stuff. Elon Musk has his tentacles in everything you're doing, not just off of X, but now he's in the Treasury Department. He's in the Labor Department. He's in the Department of Homeland Security. And nobody seems to give a damn. So that's all I want, somebody to show that they care enough to get out their fat ass and say something about it. I'm like, you know what? I just...
Because that is the frustration most of us are having. That is the frustration. And that is what a lot of us are thinking. Like, what the hell? What the entire fuck? A National Science Foundation has been ordered to pull down. I don't even think, they say they don't even think this is the full list of words, but it's most of the comprehensive list. These are the things that they have to pull down. They cannot say pregnant person. How does this go? Hold on. This is what it says. What's going on? Bad words. Trump's war on DEI has taken an absurdist turn that's ultimately quite serious. The National Science Foundation has been ordered to pull down or halt any research that contains certain forbidden words related to diversity and inclusion. According to the reports, the list of banned words given to the NSF and other federal agencies casts an incredibly wide net that includes heinous phrases like, here we go, pregnant person, BIPOC, which is person of color, or Latin, with Latin, cultural differences, disability, diverse group, equality, gender, female, historically, inclusive, LGBT, racism, trauma, and women. This is crazy. This is freaking crazy. And then it goes on to be advocacy, inequality, anti-racist, institutional, barrier, intersectional, biases, LGBT, BIPOC, male-dominated, Black and Latinx, marginalized, cultural relevance, minority, disability, multicultural, discriminated, oppression, diversity, polarization, ethnicity, privilege, excluded, racial diversity, equality, sense of belonging, female, sexual preference, gender, socioeconomic, hate speech, systematic, historically, trauma, implicit bias, underrepresented, inclusive, victim, indigenous community, and women. That's a long ass list. The longest list I've ever read in my entire life. And it said notably missing from the list is male, man, or white. Ain't that something? Okay, we're almost to the end. We are one day away. Okay, thank goodness. This is just a little historical fact and political fact. This took me down a rabbit hole for a little bit, and I want to talk about that man at some point. But Billie Holiday, born April 7, 1915, passes July 17, 1959, was handcuffed to her bed. I'm sorry, let me start over. Was handcuffed to her hospital bed while dying. Harry Anslinger, the first FBI director, notorious for his hatred of Black people, made it his job to destroy her because she refused to stop singing the song Strange Fruit under his direction. The hospital was ordered to stop giving her medical attention, and she died within days. I went down a whole rabbit hole. This man is very similar to, I can't remember who I was comparing him to, but someone that is in Trump's cabinet right now. I'm like, oh my God, the way that his life is gone is similar to whomever it was. But Harry Anslinger was a motherfucker. He was an asshole from the very beginning of his political career. I remember reading about that, but I do want to go into depth of him a little bit, so I'll probably do a TikTok on him. Follow me on TikTok, y'all. Confessions of a Reality Queen, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. Oh, let's read this. Listen to this.
Healthy again. MAGA, make America great again.
Okay, this was funny. We got to listen to it from the beginning to get it.
So I got to thinking, there's MAHA, make America healthy again. MAGA, make America great again. But what we really need to do is make America follow the Constitution again. Motherfucker. That sounded better in my head.
Oh, that was a good one. I gotta have some funny stuff in here to crack the code. We're almost done. This was crazy. Freckle Face Strawberry is banned by Julianne Moore. And I thought this was another Julianne Moore. I didn't know this Julianne Moore was the Julianne Moore, the actress, the Julianne Moore. It's crazy. I've never read this book, but I have seen this book, and I know, and I've seen this book enough to know that it is a classic, and so many people know about this book. So it's really devastating to hear that this book is being taken out. And it's sad because it's just about a kid with a freckle face, obviously, but it's about the kid losing a tooth and wanting to get a really nice present or gift or whatever from the tooth fairy. And it was just teaching a child to be comfortable in their skin and how they are and the way that they are. And they're taking this away. This is going, oh my God, this generation that has to now learn, that's about to go to school, that's just starting school, which would be my niece and nephew. My God. Oh my goodness. Gonna have to reteach them. Yeah. Oof. This is really, really, really sad that this is being taken out. These are the type of books that are being banned. This is crazy. Continuing on. Trump administration denies government Brian Kemp's request for more time on Hurricane Kane relief disaster. We already know that. That's your dumbass fault. You shouldn't have voted for him. Plies and it can't weigh in on Elon Musk having 13 kids. This isn't really much political, but Elon Musk, so he made it political. What did they say? Plies said, name a black man with 13 kids from different women that America would trust running the federal government and his country. Right? Don't worry, I'll wait. He says, who gives a fuck if he can take care of them? If any man has 13 kids or different random women, that says a lot about that person. If Kamala had 13 kids from three different men, what would you say about her? Exactly. Nick Cannon going, he pissed me. He's so stupid. Yo, Elon, got me out here looking for my super suit again. Congratulations. This is your family tree. We don't care. We're moving on. Donald Trump blames Biden for current inflation prices, despite claiming he would lower costs day one. I've only been president here for 3 weeks. I have nothing to do with inflation. Of course, I don't even want to hear the lies because y'all believe it and y'all like, oh, okay, you're right. I'm not even going to switch to see what it was. South Africa has suspended all American business in South Africa and halts all exports of minerals. Africa is not a beggar continent. We will no longer be taken for granted. If the U.S. thinks it can just cut off funding and expect us to come crawling back, they are sadly mistaken, said a spokesperson for the South African government, which is where Elon once was. Oh, this is happening. At least 8 people injured after a Delta plane crashed into Toronto airport, causing the aircraft to flip upside down. Thank goodness no one died, just injured. But damn, this has got to be frightening. How the hell do you pick this up? Like, I want to see that. Can y'all show that video? Like, what crane y'all get or what machines y'all got to get this plane back up? I want to see that. That would be something to see. Y'all here for, yeah, we talked about this earlier. Trump administration considering banning junk food from being bought on food stamps. This is just nuts. Let's listen.
Every day that we show up in DC, we show up for you. We know who we work for. We know that we work for the American people. And what we're not going to do is stand around while they pull this bullshit that they're trying to pull right now.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Because
we have got to tell Elon Musk, nobody elected your ass. Nobody told you could get all of our private information. Nobody told you could be in charge of the payments of this country. We have told you you've made enough money off our government yourself.
True.
To believe that the reason we can't pay for our health insurance, the reason we can't cover rent, the reason kids are dying on the streets due to gun violence, the reason there's so much wealth inequality and that so many people live paycheck to paycheck is because of the immigrant or because of the trans person or because of your neighbor.
They lied. It's because of corrupt billionaires like Elon Musk and corporations, not our fellow working people. To believe that the reason we can't
witnessing here is the biggest heist in American history. Elon Musk coming into the Department of Treasury and stealing Social Security numbers, personal data, or are we going to let this stand? This is all about taking over the government in order to advance the interests of Elon Musk and the billionaires at the expense of everybody else in America. It was the big lie and the big betrayal. The big betrayal. Donald Trump said he was going to, someone's lock them up.
They started chanting, lock them up, y'all. So this was the Congressional Democrats gathering outside the Treasury Department earlier today and to protest Elon Musk's increasing role in the government affairs. And they say, according to reports, Musk has gained control over the Treasury Department pay system, including access to sensitive taxpayer data like Social Security numbers. God damn it. You got mine, nigga. Yeah, so they all went to town. And you know they mad. They out there cussing, not giving a damn. Jasmine out here saying bullshit. You got Maxine out here saying ass. You got it's too much. Oh, bless James.
Man is cutting aid to the world's most vulnerable. The shutdown of USAID is keeping food from hungry kids trapped in war zones and taking business from the American farmers who supply it in the process. It's shuttering hospitals that serve refugees. It's withholding medicines from newborn babies that would keep them from developing HIV from their parents, saddling them with the virus for life, and spreading the disease to new generations. And it's opening us all up to infectious diseases like Ebola that USAID helped prevent from coming to America in the first time around. President Musk's illegal dismantling of USAID and its critical programs is cruel. It's reckless. It's cutting tens of thousands of American jobs, and it's making all of us less safe. We need Congress to do its job and act now. Look, I'm 87, and I've dealt with my fair share of rich, entitled white men in my life. So Republicans, if you need any help strengthening those spines so you can finally stand up to President Musk, I have a workout video that might help. I'd be calling Congress to tell them to get Musk's hands off my tax dollars and protect USAID's work, and you can too. Visit www.usaidstopwork.com to take action. Right now, the world's richest man is cutting aid to the world's most vulnerable. The shutdown of USAID is keeping food from hungry kids trapped in war zones and taking business from the American farmers who supply it in the process.
So, bless her heart. And that's what's going on with that. Yes. Y'all remember this classic TikTok effect. As you say, y'all, I stole all the pens so he can't sign anything else. Oh, I love us. We are so funny. We're amazing. Oh, this mug here. Scott Storch shares footage from his golf day with Donald Trump. Now, we don't care about the footage, but I just wanted to go to show. I was wondering what he was about. I wonder what he was about when his wife went viral for the way she acted. Because Scott Storch is heavy in the hip-hop industry, you know, with all of the black people and everything. Like, people, like, he used to be that, look, whoever he cut out on the side of this black man here, but he wanted to have it all with Donald Trump and them wide hips. Anyway, yeah, his wife went off, and I know they got it. Hold on, where's she at? There she go.
You're a wetback.
What else?
Got it? Wetback.
What else?
Trump is doing good things. You guys rape people.
Yeah.
You guys rape and kill people.
Right.
Take your $50 and you got change. I'm rich, you're poor. Difference.
You're a poor soul.
Yep, poor.
You're a poor soul.
Deixa a chave dela.
Não, joga o carro dela lá na casa do
Wanna
cara.
record me? Wanna record me?
She is just horrible, and her husband is too, obviously. Does he not work in the industry no more? He must not give a fuck, or people in the industry must not really give a fuck. I mean, they all answer to someone any goddamn way in the industry. Oh, let's do Crockett.
That's the big issue that we have. Elon Musk boosted false USA conspiracy theories to shut down global aid. Now, while he was boosting those lies about US aid, and he was stopping money going for, say, things such as Head Start, somehow the only money that didn't stop was the money to him and his organization. Now, I don't know how you can have him be the watchdog as well as the guy that is literally living off of the government. If we want to talk about government welfare, it looks like Elon Musk, because it's my understanding that just on yesterday, a new contract was approved for approximately $300 million for Elon Musk. So listen, I just want y'all to be honest. You want to sit here, you want to lie, because so often we hear, well, you know, yeah, we did lie. In fact, he admitted that he lied when he was in the Oval Office yesterday. But if it's a lie that will get you into office, such as saying, I know nothing about Project 2025, yet on day one, you literally do everything that you can to implement it, including making sure that you put, say, one of the main architects of Project 2025 over the OMB, it's okay, so long as you get the power that you seek. The problem is that the game is going to be on the American people. And when I say the American people, I mean all of us. Unfortunately, I am also stuck in the twilight zone because of the lies that were allowed to be propagated. Just like when you're talking about vaccines and all this nonsense. Right now in my state of Texas, there is an outbreak of measles. And what they are finding is that because there's been so much disinformation about vaccines, that kids are sick right now with measles that they did not have to have if they just trusted doctors and experts instead of randoms online. So I will end by saying this, Mr. Chairman, because I know we believe in Jesus in this chamber. In John 8:32, it says, the truth shall set you free. So maybe we should focus on a little bit of truth in this chamber.
Boom. What Don talking about?
Except these are the kind of people that he pardoned.
Oh, this was wicked.
6 writers argue pardons apply to charges including murder, plot, child porn. Those are the people, some of them, who broke into the Capitol, and then he pardoned them, violent criminals. And now they're saying that that pardon should include all of this other shit.
Bullshit.
Defendants argue Trump pardons should absolve them of additional crimes, some discovered during investigation of the Capitol. I seriously, I don't know what to say, except, hi, MAGA. That's you. I'm actually not really.
That's crazy. And someone said, and yet they offended with Tom Hanks' portrayal of them on SNL 50. That's y'all boy. Tom Hanks y'all boy anyway. Why y'all mad at him? He depicted y'all. That's y'all boy. Y'all like him so much. Anyway, more officials resigning over Adams' cooperation with Trump. They just keep coming. And this was just something for them. We do it all. Salute to the Black men and women working in aviation, because it is going down in the aviation right now with all the planes. So we just want to give a little recognition to our Black aviators out there for Black History Month. Yes.
Good afternoon. From the Flight Path District Captain speaking, I just want to welcome on board flight number 2908, the service to Atlanta. Pushing back here very shortly for another on-time departure here at Delta.
Captain Anya Kearns is from Marietta, Georgia, and is 33 years old, and she's been a captain from Delta since 23, making history as the second Black female captain in Delta's 100-year history. Yes. My journey started with a love for travel, which quick turned into a fascination with flight. The idea that I could be one of the controls soaring through the sky was something I couldn't shake. Now I get to do what I love every day in a career that's never boring, always different, and comes with the best office view out there. Yes. And he is such a cutie. I know your mama is nice and proud. And that's Ronald McKenzie, and he's from Lithonia, Georgia, and is a Delta Airlines pilot who flies Boeing 737. And he says, I wanted to be a pilot since I was a kid. I've always been a dream of mine. My parents travel frequently for work, always flying Delta, and sometimes they would bring us along on their trips. We also took a lot of family vacations, and those experiences sparked my love for aviation. He goes on to say more, but that's a lot more. And this beautiful darling here is Kimmy, 39-year-old pilot with Endeavor Air from Atlanta, Georgia. She says I became a pilot for the pure thrill of flying jets and sharing the experience and inspiring other aviators of color to pursue a career in aviation. You go, girl. Primetime Jackson, 87. This is Curtis Jackson is a 38-year-old pilot from Decatur, Georgia. I think I said it right? And he started working for Delta Airlines as a ramp agent at 19 years old. While working on the ramp, I embarked on my journey to become a Delta Airlines pilot. My inspiration for wanting to become a pilot came from my mom. My mom was a flight attendant for almost 20 years before the airline she worked for shut down. During that time, my sister and I would often travel with her on flight across the country. Fast forwarding to today, I'm a Delta Airlines pilot on Boeing 767-400, and my sister is a flight attendant for Delta Airlines. Oh, that's so. Keep it in the family. Is this her? Camilla is a 26-year-old from Denver, Colorado, and is a regional airline pilot who flies with Embraer 175. And she said, I began my training to fly at 16 years old. I was a determined teenager who decided I wanted to fly when I got introduced to aviation with a helicopter ride over Denver, sponsored by a high school outreach program. I grew up very poor, so being able to see my neighborhood from a bird's eye view changed my perspective on my current environment. I hit the ground running, applied for countless scholarships, and graduated magna cum laude from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in 2020. You go, girl. And this beautiful queen is Zylene, is a 26-year-old pilot born in Queens, New York, with family roots in Jamaica and Trinidad Tobago.
Hey, another successful flight. All glory be to God. Just touched down at the airport. Dealing with this career, you got to be cautious.
And that was Jasmine Cook. He is a 28-year-old student pilot on track to become a commercial air pilot. You go, boy. So shout out to them.
Lisa, this is having a huge impact on operations, obviously, at these prisons.
Yes.
This was crazy.
There are no visits going on at some New York State prisons today. That's because hundreds of state corrections officers at more than 5 prisons have gone on a wildcat strike. They say state officials have ignored the repeated complaints about chronic understaffing and lax security regulations that put both officers and inmates in danger with no relief in sight. The Collins and Elmira correctional facilities in upstate New York were the first 2 prisons where corrections.
So what's going on is these correction officers are on strike over mandatory 24-hour, 48-hour shifts. 24-hour, 48-hour shifts? How? Spreads more prisons. Reports coming in on duty officers are being ordered not to leave after their shifts. This is crazy. And when this man talks, he goes on to say even longer. It'd be 3 days even. This is crazy. But we're going to keep an update on that. But that wasn't really, political, but that was in there, so whatever. So everybody was doing the most for Not My President's Day. We'll listen to a little.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Elon Musk has got to go.
If you bought a mattress today, no judgment, but that is how thousands of our fellow Americans decided to spend their day today. It is what is being called the Not My President's Day protests. They are protesting in Portland, Oregon, in Vancouver, Washington, in Orlando, in Arizona, in Utah, in West Virginia, holding signs that say, "No kings, where law ends, tyranny begins." In Houston, chanting, "No one voted for Elon Musk." Organizers say the protests are in response to, quote, "the anti-democratic and illegal actions of the Trump administration, including what can only be described at this point as a purge across multiple government institutions, like the VA, which provides health care to America's veterans, and USAID, which provides humanitarian aid all around the globe, and the Department of Education, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and the National Animal Health Laboratory Network, which, in plain English, they're the people who protect us from the next bird flu, or the one that's here now. But as the Trump administration is learning, when you use a blunt instrument instead of a scalpel or a budget plan to suddenly and abruptly shrink government agencies, you end up kneecapping the things that are actually essential to American life and Americans and their family safety and a family's money. And you take a blowtorch to all American institutions, as the Trump administration is doing. People tend to rise up and protest.
Occupies the White House, has no business being there. And
so, yeah. It was not my President's Day for President's Day. And I don't think that's ever happened. Even when everyone was so mad that Biden won over Trump, they didn't even do that my President's Day. But hell, look at this. Looky here. Passenger trapped upside down in a Delta plane.
Plane crash. Oh my God.
That's crazy. I don't even know if that beat is copyright or not, so I don't even want to play it because YouTube's so fucking sensitive. But yeah. Oh, here we go.
Word, my whole family used the N-word. We all use the N-word, 70s, 80s. As a teenager, I was a very racist young man. And I put that racist part of me behind me, in that now I can acknowledge that we live in a white supremacist culture and system, that I have white privilege as a white person. We all do. That this nation is a white supremacist nation. That MAGA is a white supremacist movement. That Trump is leading. But it's still hard to believe just how sick we are. But then I look at things like what Israel's doing to Gaza. I look at what Hitler did to the Jews and what Leopold did to the Africans and so on and so on. It's racism. It's hate. And I'm ashamed of white people. I'm ashamed of all the white people that I thought that I knew that support this white supremacist MAGA movement. So ashamed. And it is hard to believe just how racist the people that I thought I knew, and the denial, the apathy. But then really think about it. Black people have never really mattered to white people. They just don't. That's what we've been taught. We've been taught that black people are less than us. Subconsciously, consciously, overtly, directly, indirectly, passively, aggressively, whatever. We've all been taught that. We've all been taught that they are beneath us. And that's why everybody got so triggered when we had a black president. They're supposed to know their place. They're not supposed to have value. I was raised to be racist. I use the N-word my whole.
So yeah, even ex-racist, that's how he's thinking. And he used to be racist. I don't know how he ain't no more, but I guess that's another thing. This is saying that Mexico will take Google to court if maps show to U.S.-based users continue to label the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America across the entire body of water, President Claudia Sheinbaum says. So I guess she's up on it because that's exactly what Google did. Jesus. And then it says America's opposed to early actions of President Donald Trump and his allies, including Elon Musk, took to the streets of protests across the country Monday. And this is the picture that will forever be what that day was like for this President's Day. Crazy. Jewish man shoots at 2 Palestinians driving in Miami only to discover they're Israel tourists. You fucking idiot. I don't even know what the hell or how to say his name, and I don't care, but Braffman is his last name. A 27-year-old plumber allegedly shot 17 rounds at a Hyundai around 9:30 p.m. on Saturday, injuring the two Israel Jews inside before fleeing the scene. He was later apprehended by police in the vicinity. So he was still there? As stated by the fucking news station, whatever. Braffman is currently in custody, facing attempted murder charges, and is being held without bail at the Miami-Dade County Jail. Dade County. Oh, get his ass, y'all. He in Dade County, get his ass. According to official records, the suspect reportedly confessed to police that he offed the pair, although authorities confirmed that both individuals were still alive. Yo, my God. So you probably would have been, who knows what it would have been, but you straight up got attempted murder because you said you get, Lord. It should be noted that while in custody in our interview room, the defendant spontaneously stated that while he was driving his truck, he saw two Palestinians and shot and offed both. Police told the TV outlet one of the victims sustained a gunshot wound to his left shoulder, while the other suffered a graze wound to his arm. The victims and the defendant do not know each other, cops added in their statement. Police reported that Braffman was traveling on Alton Road, just north of 48th Street, when he spotted the two victims. He then made a U-turn, approached their car, and opened fire. It was a truck passing next to us, the younger victim, identified by the TV news place, told the Nation in Hebrew, boom, 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 and he randomly started shooting. He put the window down, the driver's seat, and just blasted. That is crazy. Yeah, someone said on here, go ahead and charge him with a hate crime, because that's exactly what that was as well. And look at that smile. Trump has reportedly fired several hundreds of people of the FAA weeks after the fatal DC plane crash. Musk Doge suspect to be involved in the terminations. Whoa, what? Are we getting somewhere? No, not that quick. But this says, neighbors, it feels like every day we're dealing with something pertaining to President Trump and his bestie, Elon Musk. Well, today it's being reported that Trump administration has fired multiple people inside the Federal Aviation Administration. According to the Huffington Post, several hundreds of people were informed that their services will no longer be needed by the FAA via email this weekend. The impacted workers reportedly included personnel hired for FAA radar, landing and navigational aid maintenance. The terminated employees claimed they were fired without cause nor based on performance or conduct. President of the Professional Aviation Safety Specialists Union, David Spiro, said the emails were from an exec order. Oh, here we go, an exec order again. Microsoft email addresses, not a government email order. These shocking fires come weeks just after a horrific DC plane crash that claimed the lives of 64 people. Though the crash is still under investigation, it has been established that only one air traffic controller was handling both the commercial plane and the Black Hawk helicopter at the time of the collision. My goodness. It goes on to say the official Doge Facebook page started harassing me on my personal Facebook account after I criticized Tesla and Twitter. Spitzer Stan Ladder wrote on LinkedIn. Less than a week later, I was fired, despite my position allegedly being exempt due to national security. When Doge fired me, they turned off my computer and wiped all of my files without warning. Child, what you think they was going to do? Someone says Elon rigged the election for Dump. Not Trump, but Dump. Can't convince me otherwise. You know he just might. He might have had a ducat in the bucket, y'all. Might have had a ducat in the bucket. And now all y'all being fired and y'all sat up here and voted for him. How do you feel? We've already seen Michael Steele go off. We don't need to do that again. This says the vice president's calling a journalist a dummy. This is crazy, but I don't even care about JD Vance, so we're not going to go there. Top Social Security official quits after refusing a request from Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency team to access sensitive government records. They just keep quitting, y'all. I don't know if this helps us or not that they just decided to quit. I think at this point that everyone is quitting, they want them to quit because then, yeah, they can replace it with whoever the fuck they want. I don't think it's helping, but I know for people's peace that they can't constantly wake up in the morning and go to a job and have to deal with this shit also. It's probably it's a toxic work environment at this point as well, so I get that. But it's like we're just stuck between a rock and a hard place. But anyway, this goes on to say, neighbors, getting here for this. Michelle King, the top official at the Social Security Administration, quit this weekend after she refused a request from Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency to access sensitive government records at the agency. According to NBC, White House spokesperson Harrison Fields confirmed that Michelle was no longer with the agency. President Trump has nominated the highly qualified and talented Frank Discagno to lead the Social Security Administration, and we expect him to be swiftly confirmed in the coming weeks. In the meantime, the agency will be led by a career Social Security anti-fraud expert, Lord Jesus, as the acting commissioner. President Trump is committed to appointing the best and most qualified individuals who are dedicated to working on behalf of the American people, not to appease the bureaucracy that has failed them for far too long. What the fuck ever. Someone says, I find it interesting how so many people are so angry at Trump and Elon that they overlook all the positive things they're doing. Child, it's almost like your anger can't let you be happy. You happy, nigga? Anyway, we've stopped giving billions to other countries. We're saving a ton of money. No, you're not. It's all going to Elon. Have you seen the money? Have you seen the money? You show me the money. Show me the money. Don't say shit to me. Show me the money before you say any of that stupid shit. But yeah, these are the type of people we're dealing with. If you go on X, oh y'all, we should go on Twitter and just see the Twilight Zone that is them and just start reading stuff. We'll need drinks for that. Y'all interested in going on Twitter and just reading the Twilight Zone comments? Let me know. That would be fun. Congratulations, America. You got back with your ex who was supposed to be in prison. He made a lot of sense. So I want to let you hear this. Because it's not that, Trump is responsible for all the plane crashes, but you know what I'm saying. We'll let him tell what it's saying.
Do you want to know what Trump's response to it was? Fire 300 FAA workers.
Hold on, we didn't get the beginning, so let's start from the beginning.
So there was another plane crash today. Do you want to know what Trump's response to it was? Fire 300 FAA workers. Yeah, imagine with me, if you will. Unfortunately, your garage is on fire. So you run and get your garden hose on the side of the house to put it out, but it's not working, and you don't want the fire to spread and get worse, so you call a fire department to come in. So the fire department eventually shows up, but they've had a lot of people let go recently, and by this time, about half of your house is now on fucking fire. And you're like, thank God you're here. Can you open up that fire hydrant and hook a hose up to it and just water the fuck out of my house to put this fire out? And just as the experts of their field, the firefighters, go to hook up the hose and spray your house, Donald Trump shows up. And he says, we don't need water. He sends the firefighters away and then douses your house in fucking gasoline. You would be correct in saying that Donald Trump did not cause your house fire, but he did send the firefighters away who could help and then proceeded to replace them with fucking gasoline. Donald Trump is probably not causing these plane crashes, but he sure as fuck isn't doing anything to stop them. So there was another plane crash today.
And that is so true. Like, he may not be responsible, but he is not doing anything to stop it. So Karen A says, I am white and I was never taught to be racist. Thankfully, I had great parents. I was taught how racism is still alive. My dad's best friend is black and he's always been my uncle to me. Love that, Karen. Love that. And that's what I'm saying. It's not, it is taught. It is taught. It's taught. If it's not taught to you, you know better. And that is how it goes. But if you have racist parents, you're going to probably be racist because that's what they're teaching them. Where are you learning anything else? That is your environment. That's what you know. So you don't even know if you is or not. And then you got to learn the hard way. You're going to come out in this world and you're going to fuck around and find out. But that is the thing. That is the thing. Are white people teaching their kids to be racist? Some are. That is the world that we're living in still. That white people are still teaching their children to be racist. This is taught. It is taught. It is shown. It is in the environment that you are in, the people that you surround yourself with. It is what it is. That is what it is. But thank you for sharing that, Karen. For real. Yes. And thank you for your parents for never teaching that shit. Because what the fuck? What the entire fuck? Okay, y'all, we're almost done. This was funny. So I'm going to start it from the beginning with it on. She is all of us right now. She's definitely me. Like
300 FAA workers.
Trump, he ain't put the dang on. He ain't put the pen down since he got here. 1 minute, we can't have transgenders in the world. We can't have Mexicans. We can't have nothing. 1 minute, we ain't gonna be able to eat macaroni and cheese on the side of the road. I don't know. I don't feel like I just feel like the world just need to start over. No, hell no. Don't worry about it. Don't just scratch what I just said. The world does not need to be started over until this is a stressful life. You don't know when you're gonna pass away, how you're gonna pass away. You don't know what's next. Somebody gonna come randomly. Oh, and what's up with these planes crashing every damn week? It's something going on. Y'all stay off them folks' planes. Y'all see it? Don't worry about it. Trump.
He said, don't worry about it. Don't worry. Because I swear, if they don't get this together, I ain't going nowhere. I will be spending my birthday right here in the house. All right? I will take my ass to work. And what the hell is this? A group of men called Man Up just took over a pride protest in New Zealand and had everyone shook. Child, let's watch it a little bit. The dance is dope. And I love what they're doing, but what they're doing it for in protest for the pride, they let the pride people have their pride. I mean, they was getting up. I'll tell you that, but this is not what they should be doing this for. I feel like this. They wasn't doing nothing to y'all. Y'all could have been over there doing y'all thing, having y'all dance. They letting over there doing their dance. Y'all can do y'all dance over there. I don't even know why y'all have to come over there fucking with them. Like they was chilling. They was mad chilling. I don't understand. I just don't understand. If I was a police, I couldn't be a police because ain't no way. Like, get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off of me. Oh, and this was the plane when it landed. The Delta plane landed. Like, goddamn. I was wondering, how did that happen like this? how scared the people in that plane are at that very moment. You know what I'm saying? I would have peed my fucking pants. I would have had a heart attack, cardiac arrest, everything. We've already seen Miss Jasmine exposing the lies. This is nuts. This is my guy again. He's breaking it down again. Let's listen to what he said.
Oh, is lies. That's the big.
Okay, June, you're telling me you want to take a bunch of people with ADHD, take them off of their Adderall and medication, then send them to a work farm? Bitch, every single one of my besties have ADHD, and you want to send us away to go work without our medication? We're not getting shit done. I told you 100 times to go milk the cows. Okay, baby, you're going to have to tell me 100 more times. When me and my besties start walking towards those stalls, we're going to dilly-dally. We're going to frog. We're going to make, what the fuck were we supposed to be doing? Why aren't any of the crops grown? Did you guys not plant the seeds 3 months ago? No, bitch, we did not. Are you kidding me? Honey, we forgot where we put the seeds, so we just started planting rocks so you wouldn't get mad at us. RFK Jr., I don't know if you're raising your voice at me right now, but you better not. Because stimulants give me the ability to emotionally regulate, and I can't right now. So I'm just going to cry and sit here all day. It's not just people with ADHD. It's people that are on SSRIs or antipsychotic medications, which is wild to me because every time there's a mass pew-pew that happens in the United States, y'all are like, oh my God, there's a mental health crisis. And your solution to that is to take away the medication that's helping them with their mental health crisis. RFK Jr., baby, you're going to have to pry this Vyvanse and Adderall out of my cold fucking dead hands. Did you send me my besties to a farm trying to work? Jesus. It's going to be like the fucking simple life. RFK Jr., you're telling me you went to a bunch of people with ADHD.
For real. Because what are you doing? What are you doing? That was so accurate. I love that. And this is some federal employees who accepted Trump's buyouts offer are now being notified. Hold on. Go back to this. Hold on. Are now being notified that their buyout has been denied and they are being terminated instead. Fuck around and find out. Are you serious? This is crazy. Oh my goodness. And someone in death wrote in the comments, ooh, I want to read this real quick. People are scared. Y'all do not know what it feels like if you're not in the federal government world. Many people who were terminated on probationary periods were in fact long-term career employees, but had moved laterally over, received a promotion. Some people were leaving the military and transitioning to government. Some people have lost pensions and their stability. Many could not have imagined being faced with this type of decision. They're literally being forced out. And to be clear, they are not employees with any performance issues. They are employees being told that they are being fired for poor performance issues, but they have satisfactory or outstanding performance, whatever that fucking word is. Appraisals. I've never seen that word spelled out. Appraisals. Hey, how you doing? Key employees are being fired, and the ones left behind now are being asked to do the workload for those who were fired. I don't understand how any of you could find these circumstances funny. Well, if you voted for them, it's funny, honey. It's funny, honey. And we told you not to accept them payouts. Why are you accepting the payout from the devil? This hurt my heart. Texas sixth grader reportedly takes her own life after bullies threatened to report her family to ICE. An 11-year-old Texas girl took her own life earlier this month after enduring relentless bullying at school. Her classmates mocked her family's immigration status and even threatened to report them to ICE. Jocelyn Rojo Carranza, a sixth grade student at Gainesville Intermediate School, died on February 8th, 5 days after she attempted to take her own life in her Texas Gainesville home. Her mother, Marbella, says she had no idea her daughter was being tormented until it was too late. I waited a whole week for a miracle that my daughter would be well, but unfortunately nothing could be done. Marbella told Univision, my daughter will always live for me, and I will always love her. According to reports, school officials were aware that Jocelyn was being bullied. The harassment had gotten so bad that she was meeting with a school counselor multiple times a week, yet her family was never informed. Jocelyn's bullies allegedly taunted her about deportation, telling her she would be left alone when her parents were sent away. Despite the severe nature of the bullying, her mother only learned about it after her daughter's death. Are you fucking kidding me?
Esperando un milagro que mi hija estuviera bien, pero desgraciadamente no se pudo hacer nada.
This is fucked up. That's her mom, y'all. Can you imagine the heartbreak? This isn't even... Everyone in that fucking school needs to be accounted for this. Those fucking bullies and their goddamn parents do too. There's where the accountability comes in. Moving on, because I got to be done with this. White House says Elon Musk doesn't run Doge or have government authority. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. To a new White House court filing, Elon Musk is not running the Department of Government of Efficiency. Okay. A controversial cost-cutting initiative under Trump. The filing submitted on February 17th clarifies that Musk has no formal authority to make government decisions, despite his involvement in the administrations. This comes as 14 states sue Musk, Doge, and Trump, alleged that Musk has been overstepping his role by assessing sensitive government data and taking actions that only appointed federal officials should be making. The lawsuit argues that Musk's influence threatens democracy, accusing him of causing mass chaos and confusion in federal agencies. The declaration signed by Joshua Fisher, Director of Office of Administration, explicitly states that Musk is employed as a senior advisor to Trump, but does not hold any decision-making power. Really? And someone wrote, so then why are judges having to directly deny Elon's request for private citizen information if he has no authority? Right. Exactly. I'm not reading that shit or that shit.
Another one, thank you. Another one, thank you.
It says the lies administration has told. Yes, each time, each minute. That is the leading cause of death now. Leading cause of lies. And this woman here, Deborah Birx, confirms COVID vaccine was not designed to prevent against infection in shocking revelation. Shocker! Federal judge denies request to block Elon Musk's access to government data and firing powers. Okay, let me say this right. He denies requests to block. So someone requested to block the access and they denied their request. So Elon Musk's suspending ruling federal government just survived a major legal challenge. On Tuesday, a federal judge ruled against 14 Democrat-led states that were trying to block Musk and the White House Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, from accessing data systems and multiple federal agencies and making employment decisions. But yet y'all just say he doesn't have the power, and y'all say that he has nothing to do with Doge or doesn't control Doge. But yet every time y'all say Doge, y'all say his name. But y'all want to keep up that charade? Okay, whatever. Y'all want to think we that dumb? Okay. But U.S. District Court, Tanya Chutkan rejected the state's request. Who the hell are you? Gotta go find out what she looked like. Rejected the state's request for a temporary restraining order, stating that had not provided sufficient evidence that Musk's actions would cause imminent irreparable harm. The court is aware that Doge's unpredictable actions have resulted in considerable uncertainty and confusion. Chutkan wrote in her 10-page ruling. Why 10 pages? But the possibility of harm is not enough to justify immediate court intervention. Oh, it's not, huh? However, Chutkan acknowledged that the legal challenges raises serious constitutional concerns. She pointed out that Musk was never nominated by the president or confirmed by the Senate, yet he has been given sufficient authority over executive branch. Exactly. Trump established Doge. See, he established Doge. Oh, now they're saying Trump established Doge through an executive order on his first day in office, giving the Musk-led team, Musk-led team, a mission to streamline the federal government by cutting spending and reducing bureaucracy. Since then, Doge has deployed officials across more than a dozen federal agencies to implement Trump's cost-cutting agenda. The White House clarified in the court filing on Monday that while Musk is not officially the head of Doge, get the fuck out of here. All because y'all worried Kamala was black. Yep. This is all because of that. Like, you fucking idiots. We have got to be done. I'm not about to hear her, but she attempted to clarify Elon Musk's role with Doge after the White House said in an affidavit that Musk is neither an employee of Doge nor the administrator in charge of Doge. You know what? I do want to hear what she got to say. I would like to hear how she tried to sweeten this pot. Let's see.
On with us. It seems there's being a lot made of what Elon Musk's role is actually at Doge. The president has introduced him as the head of Doge multiple times in interviews. Yet there's this affidavit that we've been able to get our hands on here that the press has as well. That it contradicts the White House claim that he's the head of Doge. This affidavit actually says he doesn't work for Doge at all. Reading directly from it, it says Musk is not an employee of the U.S. Doge Service or the U.S. Doge Service Temporary Organization. That's according to the director of the White House's Office of Administration. So what is his role at Doge?
Sure, I'm happy to clarify. Elon Musk is a special government employee here at the White House, serving at the direction of the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Elon Musk has been tasked with overseeing Doge on behalf of the President. And Doge employees, Doge folks have been onboarding at respective agencies across our federal bureaucracy as political appointees, just like any other political appointee gets on board with the new administration, with the changing of hands, and those individuals are helping the secretaries at all of our agencies that have been nominated and confirmed by President Trump in the United States Senate to cut waste, fraud, and abuse at these respective agencies. So that's the way Doge has been set up, and that's the way it will continue to operate.
Sandra here, by the way.
Really? That said nothing. All I heard was Elon's in charge of Doge. So y'all still did nothing. This is unfortunate. The John F. Kennedy Library is closed, and it's closed until further notice. What? So, stealing history from the people. Our government is using propaganda to change the past. Today, Doge shut down the JFK Library. Welcomes thousands of students every year to learn about U.S. history. The director of press libraries from the White House / Doge instructed the JFK Library to fire probationary staff effective immediately and until further notice. Jesus. The people who were fired, 1, generate revenue for the government. 2, are necessary to keep the institution open. Oh my goodness, it's never opening back up. This isn't about me, but I have worked with the JFKL staff for decades, and they are truly amazing. Thank you to them, to Rachel Day Floyd, to the archivists of the U.S. Never thought they'd be on the front lines of battle, but here we are. This crazy. But someone just wrote, the profile says reopening tomorrow. So let's see if next week we come back. One of the first things we should be talking about is that the library opened back up, right? Right. Okay. National Center of Missing and Exploited Children site scrubbed of transgender kids. Yes. The Trump administration's relentless campaign against transgender Americans have been another dangerous turn. Here we go. The National Center of Missing and Exploited Children a critical resource for tracking and protecting at-risk youth, has erased all references to the LGBTQ plus and particularly trans children from its public materials. The Verge reports that the purge came from the Department of Justice threatened to pull the organization's federal funding if it didn't comply with the administration's anti-trans directives. This is sick. This is sick. You know, I was just talking about this with my coworkers. And it's the transgender kids that need it the most at this point. Because they can't feed for themselves. They are in this. The government allowed this to happen in the first place. So now they got to deal with it. And now they're totally being discarded. The way that this country is going to look in the next 10, 15, 20 years even. Oh my God. I'm so glad I am a junior citizen. I'm halfway out the door. Horror Booker says, we barely 3 weeks in, but Trump is laying the groundwork to allow staggering levels of corruption to occur in the U.S. government. Here are 5 actions he's already taken to open the floodgates of corruption. And these are just facts. These are absolutely facts, okay? And this is the last slides of the night. So he fired the head of the Office of Government Ethics, the person in charge of preventing conflicts of interest and financial entanglements among federal officials. This position typically serves 5-year terms to help shield them from presidential politics. And Trump removes government ethics official director. The New York Times says Trump pauses enforcement of law banning foreign bribery. He halted the enforcement of Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, the law that bars American companies like the Trump Organization from paying cash bribes to foreign officials. Oh my goodness. It's about to get wicked. It's about to get wicked. The Foreign Corrupt Practice Act makes it illegal for companies that operate in the United States to pay foreign government officials to secure or keep business deals. Wow. 3, he got rid of Executive Order 13989, which prohibited political appointees in the government from accepting gifts from lobbyists. Wow. Again, Trump has canceled Biden's ethics rule. Critics call it the opposite of drain the swamp. So now anything's good. Anything can be. Everyone's a bribe now. Everyone's a bribe. You get a bribe. You get a bribe. You get a bribe. Number 4 is Trump fires independent inspectors general in Friday night purge. And it said he fired nearly every U.S. Inspector General, the independent watchdogs who exist to root out fraud and corruption in the systems. Their collective success has in the past recovered billions of dollars in fraud, stopped billions of dollars in wasteful or ineffective spending. I won't quote on that, though. I don't know about all that, but yep, Trump, you did that too. And number 5, it says the level of conflict of interest and lack of transparency is unprecedented and rife with opportunity self-enrichment. This is unacceptable. And this is must business benefit under Trump's shakeup. That's too small print to read, but it's a lot going on and it don't look kosher. And that's a lot. And that is it for everything that has happened this week. And this has took me an hour longer than I usually have. I cannot believe this shit. Y'all, thank you for chilling, coming through all that did come through. I'm sorry I started late. I'll try to start on time next week, especially knowing that this was 2 hours and a half. This is too goddamn long. But I am going to go have a drink because after having to recover from all of this, I definitely need it, okay? Thursday, I will be back with Dina, a.k.a. Christina, and Mod Afro Mama. We will be discussing the last installment, part 3 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, and we will be talking about Lexi's first of 7-part series of her and her family that she no longer deals with anymore. And we will also be talking about the Marquez interview that was 1 and 2 parts. So I will see y'all Thursday night, and I will see y'all tomorrow morning for Hey Boo Hey in the morning, where we will talk about some other hot topics and things that's going on out here on these social media streets, because people is wildin'. I will catch y'all cats and kittens on the other side of the moon. Y'all have a good night, and I'm gonna go do what I do.